my dear, what are you building? Why are you building it? And with whom are you building with? All of us are building something. It could be marriage, a business, a career, something beautiful, something great, your vision. We are building something. And the strength or the durability or the success of anything that we are building is going to be dependent on how we are going to answer these rather two questions. Number one, why we are building, and number two, with whom we are building with. I want us to go to the story in the book of Genesis chapter 11 verse 1 to 9. It's the story of the Tower of Babel. The reason why these people never succeeded in their projects is because they wrongly answered these two questions. Why they were building and with whom they were building with. Number one, why did they fail on the why they were building? The Bible says in the verse 4 that they said that let us build for ourselves a city, so that we can make for ourselves a name. So it was out of selfish ambition and pride. So they were building something to make for themselves a name, and that is pride. How many of us are building things because we have these let me do this so that they can see me, let me get married because this man is has money, let me get married because these people have been talking funny things about me not getting married, so let me marry because I want to prove a point to someone. Every time you're building something because you want to prove a point and not because of the right motive of being a solution, you will fail somehow, somewhere in the future. It might look like right now it's prospering, you are advancing, it is making progress, but trust me, somewhere in the middle there, you face challenges, and because your why was self-centered, you will give up quickly because your why was not strong enough to push you to the end. And number two, with whom they were building with. Yes, the Bible says that they were in one accord, so they were building together with one language, but they forgot one thing. They forgot the maker of the universe. The Bible declares that Him alone knows the plan that He has for us. It is a good plan. Now, if even you yourself, you do not know the plan that you have for yourself, but your maker does, then why are you building something without His input? In the first place, you're supposed to even do the plan with Him. We are supposed to make the plan with Him, and He orders our steps because Him alone knows our plan. What if you're going to die tomorrow? Of course, we are not talking about death here. We are speaking life. We are going to live to declare the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. But He has our plan. That's why we must sit with Him, even at the first level of planning. The moment the idea pops up in your head, you invite Him, whether the idea is of Him, or it is of you, or is of the devil. So, they built, yes, they were building together, but they did not build with God. With whom are you building with? And that is exactly the weapon that God used to distort them, because they were not building with Him. He now came and confused them. So besides building with God, you also need a good team. You need to be having a good team. People that you speak the same language, people that you share the same vision and goals and objectives. Two cannot work together unless they agree. That is Amos 3:3. If you're working on a team where you people are not agreeing, even if it is a marriage and you are disagreeing on each and everything, that marriage is not going to last long. Or if you're going to last long, you will live long in misery, in unhappiness, as a matter of, raising children together, but not as a matter of, having a companion, because you're not agreeing concerning anything. So make sure that the team you are working with, you agree. Because your why might be right, you might have the right motive, the right vision, you're building with God, but if the person you're working with, you are not in the same agreement, you're not speaking the same language, he is going to even divert you from your vision, from your goal, because there will be a lot of compromises because you want to please the other person. So make sure you ask God to give you the right team to work with. And maybe the other third question that I had forgotten is, what are you using to build? Whatever you are building determines the materials you will need to use. A person building a three-bedroom house will need different materials from a person building a double-storied house or a storied house. So, whatever you want to build, according to your vision and plan, will determine what materials you ought to use, and make sure you ask God to show you the right materials. If it is a marriage, you will need materials like trust, integrity, honesty, and those are needed in any relationship that you're working on. I'm just giving an example. So what are you using to build what you are building? So I'm challenging each one of us to go back, get your notebook, write down those 4 questions. What are you building? Why are you building it? With whom are you building? God, number 1, and then the team, the people that you're building with. And number 4, what are you building with? And once you have those questions answered, you are good to go. May the Lord surely bless you. This is Esther Wanda, team leader, the Crowned Victor. See you next time. I love you.